Hello, everybody. I hope that you're doing well. So, I am creating a brand new playlist on the Itopia Coaching channel, and that is called Bootcamp for the Mind and Soul, the Getting Out of the Rut series. And I'm creating this series for two reasons. One, I have created a program I created a few years ago called Getting Out of the Rut by Getting Unstuck. Uh, People can do it within a week, or it can take you 12 weeks. It can take as long as you would like it to take. Oh, hi, Shauna. Nice to see you joining. Uh, so, I already have a coaching program called Getting Out of the Rut by Getting Unstuck. Also, I'm in a rut and I'm stuck. And I think I have actually been dealing with a bit of low grade depression for about 18 months now. It's not anything serious, but I think it's just a bit of low grade depression. And I am in a rut and I need to get out of it. And so I thought, what better way to hold myself accountable uh, than doing my own program and doing it live and being my real authentic self on my own coaching channel and coaching the coach, picking myself back up again and showing how it's done. Uh, on that note, so I used to sell my program online, but I will give it away for free. So if anybody wants to join me on my journey of picking themselves out of the rut that they may find themselves in and would like to do the program with me, email me. It's claire.rogers@itopiacoaching.com. I will put those details in the comments below. And you can email me and I will give you the program for free. It's an online program that you can follow along and do it with me if you would like to. If not, then just watch the video series and I will show you my real and authentic self. So let me start out by where I was and where I am now and why I find myself stuck in a rut. Let me also explain as well, I'm not going to do set times for when I check in each day. And the reason being is I'm in the middle of building a cat cafe right now. And so I'm working lots of crazy hours. I've got construction crew I'm dealing with and so forth. And so I can't be consistent with my times, but I can be consistent with, I will come on here every day at some point and let you know how I'm going with my journey. The other thing is, I'm not going to make myself look all beautiful and amazing every time I come on here. You're going to see my real authentic self. I might be in my PJs. I just took the dog for a walk, so I look a bit tired now. This is my real authentic self showing up every single day. So this is not some professional production or anything like that. So let me take a step back as to why I find myself stuck in this rut. So if some of you may or may not know, so in how this all arrived, how I became a mindset coach is I used to be a director at an American Fortune 100 company. How many years ago was that? 7 years ago. Had sales target of 2 billion a year, lots of countries reporting into me, lots of staff. It was very high pressure. And I was highly, highly successful and made loads of money. And externally, I looked like I had been doing well in life. I had the nice house, I had the Porsche, I was married, I was living in London, England. But what people didn't know is behind the scenes, that pressure came at a price. And so I was suffering from panic attacks, anxiety, and depression because I'm a perfectionist. And so if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. And I couldn't keep up with those work demands. And so externally, I had made it in life, but internally, my soul was dying, if that makes sense. Uh, and so what I did is I lived in a private world of hell for 18 months. I didn't tell anyone I was going through panic attacks. I didn't tell anyone I was going through depression because I was ashamed and I didn't think I had a right to these mental health challenges because I was comparing and contrasting my life with other people's lives. And so I thought, I don't have a right to be having these panic attacks. I don't have a right to this depression because a lot of people have got life much worse than me. But what I ended up doing is by not asking for help or sharing my story, I invariably ended up invalidating myself. A very long story short, because I hid it, I ended up reading, I think it was 300 odd books in 18 months on spirituality, philosophy, mindset coaching. I went back to school at night and I was studying how to be a mindset coach. And invariably, I ended up healing myself. I got better. I pumped myself back up. I quit corporate life. I became a motivational speaker, flying all around the world, telling people about my journey of how I had picked myself back up again. I became a mindset coach, and I started coaching people on how to pick themselves back up again and how to live a happy and fulfilling life. And I developed Itopia Coaching on that premise. And I came up with the word Itopia by playing on the words individual and utopia, meaning we should all try to aim to live our own version of utopia, whatever that may look like. And so that's how Itopia Coaching came along. And of course, my phone, and I told Sunny I was on the phone. Hang on. I'm on a live.
Huh?
I'm on my live.
You're still live?
Yes. Bye.
Oh.
Sorry. I told you it's not going to be professional. I told him not to call me, and he phones me anyway. So where was I? So I was at the top of my game. I was getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. I was studying spirituality. I was studying mindset coaching books. I was traveling a lot around the world, giving keynote speeches. I had lots of clients. And then the pandemic hit, and I created a podcast to kind of help the world while we were all locked down. And I interviewed some amazing guests, one of which is now my partner, Sunny Von Cleveland. But in parallel, life took a challenging turn. So I think it was in March of, what year are we in? 2022 now. In March of 2021, I decided that I didn't want to be married anymore. I didn't want to live in London, England anymore. And I wanted a different life. And I'm very pleased with that decision I took, but I completely and utterly turned my world upside down and inside out and threw it in the washing machine and spun it around for good measure. And I find myself, I lost my way. And I think what I mean by that is when you go through a divorce, that is really hard. That brings on a lot of guilt, a lot of shame. People question, friends will question, family will question it, exes will question your decisions and so forth. And so that kind of rattles it. Divorce does not bring out the best behavior in either party, no matter how hard you try to be nice to one another. It does not bring out the best in people. Nobody does divorce perfectly. And so that kind of knocked me. In parallel, I moved countries. I moved from London, England, where it had been my home for 21 years, and I moved to America. And so that brought on culture shock as well. Even though I've been to America thousands of times and I love America, it still did bring a lot of culture shock. And even today, I still feel there's a lot of cultural differences, and it's tough. And so everything is moves upside down. I've gone from owning a home to now renting a home. I've gone from living in England to now living in America. I've gone from being married to now being in a new relationship, which I'm very happy in and I'm very fulfilled in. And I lost, I think, 99% of my friends along the way because they couldn't understand why I would choose to get divorced. And I think divorce makes people uncomfortable. And then the remaining 1% of friends that did stand by my side, in the interest of full transparency, I haven't really made an effort with them because I got burned so badly of losing all of my friends that now I'm scared to kind of hold on to the ones that I did have. And I find myself not wanting to make an effort to make new friends because I'm scared of being hurt again. And so what's also happened is coming here and navigating, and I mean America, coming here and navigating a new relationship, a new country, a new career. As I say, I'm starting a cat cafe, losing friendships. I've just lost my way. I stopped running. Running used to be my thing. I used to run every morning. I used to eat very healthy. I don't do any of it, to be honest with you. I get up at 5 o'clock every morning and I don't know what happens with my day. I'm very busy building my cat cafe, and that has created a lot of mental energy as well. Building a brand new business from scratch that you've got a great business plan, but then having to navigate with city officials and trying to get permits and trying to organize construction crews and all this kind of thing is mentally exhausting as well. So effectively, what I have done over the last 18 months is changed relationships, changed countries, changed careers, changed everything. And I'm completely and utterly out of my comfort zone, which means I've lost my way. And to a degree, I think I've hit a little bit of low grade depression because nothing feels familiar anymore. Just, I was explaining to Sunny, my partner, that even just going to the grocery store is challenging to a degree because a lot of the things I don't recognize. I don't recognize the name brands. Some of the things don't have the same words over here. So, for example, I was looking for creme fraiche the other day. There's no such thing as creme fraiche in America. It's called sour cream. A courgette is called a zucchini in America. So it's lots of like little things like this. It's not like a woe is me, life sucks. It's uncomfortable. I feel perpetually uncomfortable because nothing is familiar in my life anymore. And so I find myself stuck in a rut. And I'm tired of being in a rut. I'm tired of myself. I'm tired of my own excuses, my own BS. I'm tired of being in my own way. And so therefore, it's time to get out of that rut. It's time to take action. I'm seeing, Shauna, that you're putting some messages here. So I'm going to thank you very much for joining. It's just you and me right now, babe. So how do you find time to work on yourself when you have so many people that rely on you? Yeah, that's part of the problem, Shauna, to be honest with you, is I haven't actually had any time for myself. Or no, that's an excuse. I have had time to make for myself, and I've chosen not to. I've chosen to spread myself thin everywhere, and I've chosen not to set boundaries, and I've chosen not to say no when I should say no to things. So that's the interest of full transparency. So also in parallel, I feel as though with the end of my marriage, the person I was married to was a fantastic guy and a fantastic human being. I just wasn't happy anymore. And he chooses to not want to know me anymore. His last words to me is, I don't want to know you, and I don't know why anybody would want to know you. And that has hurt me deeply. And so we haven't spoken in 18 months, and we were together for a very long time. And I have struggled with that because I feel as though I am grieving a death. And it's grieving a death. I'm grieving the death of a great friendship. And so I found that has been very challenging as well. Equally, I will discuss the subject, but I'm not going to go into great details, is we have had a narcissist and a narcissist flying monkeys that has been hovering in the background for the last 18 months as well. Sorry, somebody's coming up to me with their radio, so hopefully you can't hear that. Hi, Maddie. Hi there. I'm on the phone right now. Are you having a good day?
Yeah.
Good. Sorry about that. So we've also have a narcissist and flying monkeys that are flying around in the background. So if any of you have had dealings with a narcissist before, narcissists are people who lie, who manipulate, who make up stories, who slander you. And then the flying monkeys are the people who do their bidding behind the scenes and so forth. And so we've been dealing with that behind the scenes, and that's really exhausting as well. So in general, I don't want this to be a woe is me, life sucks, because life doesn't suck. I just find myself in a bit of a rut. And so I want to get out of that rut. And so, as I say, every day I will be checking in and I'll tell you what I am doing to start getting myself out of that rut. So first off, if you want to join me on this journey, I will give you some of the things that I'm doing along the way to pick myself up. So first one's first, this disgusting thing, or it looks disgusting. So I am going to start every day drinking lemon juice. So what you do is you get 2 lemons and you squeeze them and you put them in hot water and you put in some turmeric and you put in some ginger and you mix that all about and you drink that all day long. And what that is it's an anti-inflammatory. So basically it's just cleaning and flushing out your system. So that's the first thing I'm doing to try and get myself off of the sugar kick, because I am addicted to sugar these days and cookies. And I'm sorry if I'm distracted, but some unusual things going on here. Anyway, so I'm addicted to cookies and sugar and all sorts of shit that I used to not eat at all. And so the first way to kind of regulate your system and trying to get the detox sugar out of you is turmeric, ginger, and lemon and hot water. So that's what I'm doing. I might have to cut this short because this person has brought music. Oh, and now they're leaving. Okay. Sorry about this. I told you it's not going to be very professional. Stay with me, Shauna. Okay, so first things first. So, in order to ascertain why life is not working for us, why one can get stuck in a rut, you have to figure out what your baseline is. So, this is my book that I'm working in. So, I developed this, as I say, a few years ago. Hi, Jesse, how's it going? So, it's called Getting Out of the Rut by Getting Unstuck. And I'm taking myself through my own program. As I say, if you want to go through this program with me, I'll give it to you for free. No questions asked. Email me, claire.rogers@itopiacoaching.com. I'll put the correct spelling of that at the bottom of this video. Shauna Jones, does it help with coffee? What do you mean by that? If you can clarify for me what you mean, I will let you know. So the first things first is when you're stuck in a rut, you have to figure out what is and isn't working for you. So pen and paper, get a pen and paper for me. And let me just go to my pages here. Sorry if you can hear music here. I'm sitting outside and there's a bunch of people around. Now there's a radio quite loud, so sorry about that. Okay, so you can't make changes. You can't get yourself out of a rut unless you know what is and is not working for you. And quite often we don't know what is and isn't working for us unless we write it down. We might have a feeling as to what's not working for us, but your brain can be all cluttered. And my brain is cluttered, to be honest with you, at the moment. I've got 1,000 things whirling around in my life. And so I needed help with identifying what is not working for me. So sorry, Shauna, the lemon detox. So yeah, you can still drink coffee, but try not to drink too much of it. So I had one coffee this morning, and now I'm drinking my lemon, ginger, and turmeric all day long today. But you can still keep the coffee going. That's cool. Okay, so going back to discovering what is and is not working for you, I want you to get a pen and paper, and you can draw it as a circle if you want, or you can just write it down in a list format. So the categories are self-image, love life, business/career, finances, friends and family, recreation, entertainment, health and fitness, personal development, and self-image. So if you write down those categories, I want you to then grade your categories from 1 to 10, 10 being good, 1 being not so good. Grade them, and then you'll be able to determine what is and isn't working for you. So I did it for myself, and I'll tell you my answers. So under love life, I put 9 out of 10. I am madly in love, and I've got the best guy ever. So I'm pretty damn happy with that. Under business, I put 7 out of 10. The reason why it's 7 out of 10 is I'm in the middle of developing, as I say, a cat cafe, and it has brought a hell of a lot of challenges in the last year. But we're nearly there. I should be open in the next couple of weeks. Finances, I've put 4 out of 10. I have literally spent every single penny I have got and more money I don't have in debt opening up my cat cafe. And so I'm feeling very uncomfortable with that. So I'm a 4 out of 10. Friends and family, I'm putting 5 out of 10. And I'm putting 5 out of 10. I've got a great mom and stepdad who have been invaluable with supporting me in this past 18 months. I've got Sunny, and I've got a few friends in the periphery, in the background, but I'm putting 5 out of 10 because, to be honest with you, I've not made much of an effort to make new friends, or it's quite loud, sorry. This radio. Sorry about this. I haven't made much of an effort to make new friends in the last 18 months or to maintain relationships that I still had. So I'm putting 5 out of 10. Entertainment, I'm putting 5 out of 10. And the reason why I'm putting 5 out of 10 is because I am doing everything under the sun working at the moment. And so I am not making any time for myself. That's an excuse because I could find time for myself to have fun, but I'm not making the effort. So I have to call myself on my own BS there. Health and fitness, I'm going to put 1 out of 10. I've totally lost my way. As I say, I used to run every day. I used to go hiking all the time, and I don't do any of it. And I'm using the excuse of I'm working too much and so forth. But that is an excuse. I'm going to have to tell her to turn that radio down, I think. I'm sorry if you can hear this. I know this is not professional, but I told you it wouldn't be professional. So health and fitness, I'm putting 1 out of 10. I've gained weight. I'm still a small girl, but I've gained weight. Health and fitness sucks. I'm addicted to coffee, sugar, cookies, all that comfort food. And spirituality, so I personally don't subscribe to a specific faith, and I'm totally cool that other people do. I would tend to be more Buddhist in my philosophy, meaning Buddhism is not a religion, it's a philosophy of being kind and compassionate and just a good person. And I'm still kind and compassionate, a good person, but I have not been really focusing on studying any of my spirituality. Hey, Maddie, do you mind turning the radio down a little bit? Could you turn the radio down a little bit, please? Thank you. And then personal development. So that category is, what am I doing to work on myself, to improve myself? Thank you very much, Maddie. Sorry, there's a young girl by the pool here. It's got a radio quite loud. So personal development, I haven't done anything to help myself this year, to enhance myself, to make myself a better person or anything. I've just fallen in a rut. So in general, and then self-image. So it's ironic. I get told that I'm a boss lady all the time. Every day someone says, you're a total boss, Claire, and you're rocking it. And I'm like, what are you seeing? Because I don't feel this at all. I don't feel like a boss lady. I feel like a wreck. I feel tired. I feel exhausted all of the friggin' time. I'm not in shape anymore. My self-image is not good. So again, externally, I'm apparently putting out something that shows that I'm a boss lady, but internally, I'm putting myself at a 1 out of 10. Self-image is not great. So if I look at those categories, basically, I'm saying that I need to improve on my finances, my health and fitness, my spirituality, my self-image, and my personal development. The next question I'm going to answer is, in my book, is what do I need to do to improve in these areas? And what I need to do to improve in these areas is I need self-discipline. I need to call myself out on my own bullshit. I need to set up structure and routine. That's what I used to do before when I was at the top of my game. And I need to write down my goals. I'm all for writing down goals. And again, this year, it's gone to shit. I haven't done any of this. And I need to also set up a reward system. So quite often what we do is when we find ourselves stuck in a rut, it feels like such a huge hill that we're trying to climb, and we don't know how to climb that hill. And what we have to do is, while we're pushing that boulder up the hill, we need to reward ourselves along the way. We need to, every couple of weeks, take ourselves out for dinner, whatever it is, buy yourself a treat or something. So that's what I need to do for myself. I'm just seeing here, Jesse, you put, I got sick from working too much for many years, so my life right now is really heavy. Just to live is a real challenge right now. I get it, Jesse. I don't know if you caught me from the very beginning here. I think I have been dealing with a low-grade depression for about 18 months now, something like that. So I get it. But I'm here to pick myself back up, and I'm hoping by being authentic and transparent of my own journey of picking myself back up again, maybe I can help you along the way as well. So as I say, if I was to grade myself on how I have been for the last 18 months, I would put myself at a 4 out of 10. I'm very happily in love in an amazing relationship. I love Sunny deeply. I've got 2 cats that I love, but I also really miss, I had 2 cats in London that I had to say goodbye to, and they're with my ex-husband, and I don't get to see pictures or videos of them anymore, and it's broken my heart. So yes, I've got 2 cats here, but I miss my cats back in London as well. I've also got a puppy here who I love very, very much. Her name is Sophie Grace. We have a beautiful home here that we're renting. We're starting a new business. So I have a lot of things to be very grateful for, and I am very grateful. And as I say, I'm very cognizant of the fact that I don't want to be like, oh, woe is me, life sucks. It doesn't. I've just stuck in a rut, and it's time to get out of it. It's time to call myself out on my own bullshit. So I'm going through my notes because I took lots of notes last night on my iPad of what I'm going through. So how do I feel about my current life? So I'm very grateful for Sunny, Sophie, and the puppy, the 2 cats, and my parents. I'm really grateful for that. I'm ashamed of myself for getting out of shape, for not exercising. I'm disappointed in myself for losing myself. I'm disappointed by, how do I describe this? I'm disappointed by not following my own philosophies in life. Sunny says to me that I'm too hard on myself because I have gone through an immense change and many, many changes in the last 18 months. And so nobody's going to rock it. And that's true. Nobody is going to rock it. Nobody's going to rock a divorce really, really well. Nobody's going to move countries really, really well and so forth. But equally, I could have helped myself along the way, and I didn't. I chose not to. And so I am disappointed in myself. I'm really, really excited about my cat cafe. I have made so many mistakes along the way. I've had builders take advantage of me, construction people take advantage of me. I have made more mistakes than I can count along the way, and they're expensive mistakes, but it's all learning, right? So I am very excited about my future business, but at the same time, I've made lots of mistakes along the way, and they've been very costly mistakes. Where else am I going with this here? I've got so many notes, and we'll be on here for ages and ages if I go through all of them. So in general, let me see here. I'm just going through all my notes. So in general, where I will leave us with this in a few minutes is I'm not quite face down in the arena. I don't know if you've heard that expression or not, and I can't remember. And it's I believe it's a famous American president, and I don't remember which one, said that, I'm paraphrasing here. I'm probably going to bastardize this quote, but he said something to the effect of, a strong individual is someone who can be face down in the arena and everybody's watching them, and then they still rise up and they get back up again. And so I do feel a little bit like I am face down in the arena. Nobody's done that to me but me. I am a little bit face down in the arena, but I am determined to pick myself back up again. And so the areas, as I say, that I want to work on is I want to get my mindset back into a good state of play. I want to start exercising again. I want to get rid of the cookies and sugar and chocolate and all of the comfort food that I have been eating. So I've been eating my feelings, basically. I want to open up my business in the next couple of weeks, cross paws, that will go according to plan. And I want to focus on carving out some me time for me every single day where I'm not giving constantly to other people all of the time. I need to start looking after myself because what do they say? You cannot serve from an empty cup. And my cup runneth empty right now. So that's what my commitments are. So that is, in a nutshell, the first section of my program is, in order to make changes, you have to establish what your baseline is. And so I've just been very transparent with you, and that's my baseline. I'm not doing so fabulous, but I am determined that I will turn the corner. So before I leave you, I thought what I would do is share a couple of things. So what I'll be doing for this series, as I say, I'll be checking in every day. I will look a wreck like this sometimes. I'll be in my PJs. Sometimes I'll tune in at night times, morning, whenever I can do it. This is not going to be a professional looking series, but it's going to be raw and it's going to be authentic. And I will show you how one picks themselves up. So I will share with you as well. I'm reading this book, 8 Weeks to Optimal Health. And so I will share with you what I'm reading along the way. And then so that's where I got the idea of the lemon juice, ginger, and turmeric to drink all day long to start flushing out the sugar from the system, the anti-inflammatories. I will share with you what I'm reading along the way to see if that will help you. And then also I want to share with you, I bought this deck of cards. You can see them in various shops, and you can get them for various philosophies. It's basically just a card that you pick up each day, and it will be something that it can teaches you. So the one I've picked up is a Buddhist deck. So I will just read with you the words of wisdom for the day. So today's one it's called suffering. And it says here, there's a path leading to a complete deliverance from suffering. It says conflicts and struggles, as well as happiness and joy, are all transitory experiences. Once you awaken to this fundamental fact of life, you can transform any pain, conflict, or struggle into a positive experience. And I agree with that. I think from every form of adversity, every part of sadness, every difficult challenge, there's always something that you can learn from it, and there's always something that you can do to turn it into a positive. So in my case, my life going upside down, inside out, and in the rinse cycle, uh, I think the positive in this is that it had to humble me, meaning I had picked myself up from panic attacks, anxiety, and depression, and then I became a mindset coach. And hey, this is how you do it, and this is awesome, and so forth. And I went to coaching school, and I was able to coach a lot of people. And that's really easy to coach a lot of people when you are in a great state yourself. But you can't coach people when you're face down in the arena. And so I think all of these challenges that I've gone through, one, it was to help me to figure out what I really do want in life. And two, it was to humble me, to show it's not so easy to just snap your fingers and fix yourself. And so I think that's where we're at the moment. So hopefully I've not been rambling. Hopefully you'll understand where I'm going with this series. I see that I've had Sean on here as well as Jesse. So thank you very much for tuning in. I very much appreciate it. Tune back in every day if you can. As I say, if you want a copy of my program and would like to do the program with me, email me and I will send it to you free of charge. I wish you lots of love and light, and I will check back in with you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.